have Reid Sigmon, who is the 2009 Executive Director of the Tampa Bay Super Bowl Host Committee. That's a mouthful, Reid.
It is.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you very
show.
much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So as Executive Director, we know you're responsible for ensuring the readiness of the Tampa Bay area, coordinating logistics. Why don't you tell us? There's a lot involved. I know that.
The host committee is really tasked with being the liaison between the NFL and the host community and getting the host community ready for the game, getting everything in place from the volunteers and the fundraising and the events, all the different things that go into putting on a big event. And so those are the things that we'll start working on now and get ready over the next 18 months so that when the game gets here, everything's in place and the NFL can step right in and have a great event.
And it sounds like you have every man's dream job. Tell us how you got to be the Executive Director.
There wasn't a real plan that it's ended up like this. After I got out of college, I worked in the athletic department at Wake Forest University. And from there, came to St. Petersburg and worked as the assistant director of the Tampa Bay Organizing Committee for the Final Four that was held at Tropicana Field in '99. From there, I was the director of operations for the Tampa Bay Super Bowl host committee, we were the task force that year. Really focused there on things like the stadium and transportation and security. From there, I went to grad school at the University of Florida, got my MBA, and then after that went to Jacksonville and worked on their Super Bowl and was the vice president of operations there. And when that game ended, I went to the Cleveland Browns. For the last 2 years, I was the director of stadium development and event operations for the Browns, which was a great opportunity to work for an NFL team, and I think it actually gives me a better perspective of what the teams go through, and that's ultimately what the game is about. It's the championship game of the NFL, and what the teams and the players are going through should really help. And from there, this March, I was called by the local host committee, and they ended up offering me the job, and it's a great opportunity for me to come back to a great area and to get a chance to put together the staff and the organization as we working with our board of directors to put on everything that needs to happen.
Now, since you were involved with the committee back in 2001, obviously there's a lot that's changed. Tampa's blowing up since then.
Right.
What are some of the biggest things that will impact the Super Bowl?
A couple big things. In terms of the Tampa Bay market, one of the big things, some of the things that have happened are in the restaurant and hotels, and entertainment places. Baywalk had just opened before the last game over in St. Petersburg, as had Centro Ybor, but Channelside had not. So Channelside is new.
Wow.
In downtown Tampa, the Embassy Suites next to the convention center is new, which will be great as it will host a number of media members and be very convenient to the convention center. The International Plaza Bay Street was not here. The Renaissance Hotel there was not here. There's a number of properties over in Pinellas County that weren't here. So all of those things, the hotels, the restaurants, the entertainment options have really grown up. In terms of the game, some of the big differences would be that Tampa was the last Super Bowl prior to 9/11. So two of the big differences are media and security. And security being that things like the stadium perimeter will expand, credentialing becomes a bigger deal, but it won't be any more obtrusive for the fan, but that is a huge concern. And they've had 7 Super Bowls by the time we'll get to ours, and that'll be great. The media side of it, something that's really different, is the number of people that come to town and do live broadcasts. And ESPN's the biggest one. They'll be here for 10 straight days doing live broadcasts from somewhere, probably in the downtown Tampa area. You really can't pay for that type of exposure as they come in and out of commercial with shots of Bayshore and the downtown skyline and the Hillsborough River. That they've been, in addition to SportsCenter, you now have the NFL Network. HBO will be here for at least one show. CNN will do broadcasts from here. Fox Sports Net. So I think those are the type things. And then the internet media coverage has, as hard as it is to believe, that's really grown since 2001. So